legalize one day at a time. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. They're here to get your day going fine. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. And here's your host, Miss Kim Robinson.
What's going on, everybody? Charles McCutchen here. I'm your favorite entrepreneur. And today I want to bring out something that is sweeping the nation, and everybody needs to know about it. So I'm going to bring out a couple different pointers here. And I may go off topic for a second, but that's okay. I'm going to bring it right back. Hope that's okay with everybody. So my name is Charles McCutchen. I'm at charlesmspeaks@yahoo.com. I'm all over social media. Find me just putting out information, putting out fires, dispelling myths and everything like that. So I get a lot of people that come at me for different things, and what I like to put out is what I'm actually working on, what I'm doing, and what I have done. Some people will say, well, do you have a nonprofit? Yes. Do you do real estate? Yes. Do you do government contracts? Yes. Do you have the certifications? Yes. So it's all about what I have done, so nobody can take that from me. And I will tell you, I get a lot of people that try to take it because they want to be the smartest people in the room, and so you see some people like that. So this is called Charles's Corner, and it's based upon financial freedom. It's based upon people taking the content, taking the information, and actually doing something with it. It's great to get a lot of great information, but if you don't do anything with it, it's just great information. Country, when I go to different events, I see that some people that are the same people still going to the same events, and they already have this content, but they haven't used it yet. So from here, I just want people to use the information. That's what we have to do. We got to use the information and the content. So today, I'm going to talk about something. I'm going to spin it a little different. So across the country right now, we have about 70-plus bills that are going through Congress. And they're going through Congress to legalize marijuana. I don't know how you view it, but let me go take it a step further to break something down for everybody. And I'm only doing this because a few reasons I'm about to bring up to y'all, so y'all really have a better understanding of what I'm doing and where I'm taking this. This is, like I tell y'all about financial freedom. So I'm going to take it up to cannabis. So when we hear the word cannabis, people automatically think of marijuana, right? It's just, nope, it's marijuana. And that's really not the case in and of itself. Cannabis is broken down into parts, just to have people have a better understanding. You have cannabis that's broken down. One side is the marijuana side, and then the other side is not. It's called hemp, and you can use hemp for a lot of different things. Hemp, you may hear it called CBD, and it's called like a cannabinoid or whatever. I don't want to mess the words up, but just think cannabis is broken down into two sides. One is marijuana, one is hemp. And when you have hemp, a lot of companies are making it into oil. And please don't say that this is gospel. I'm not saying that. I'm saying there are studies going on for what I'm about to tell you. So please, it's all about research. I'm a research guy. Why not just research it and find it out for yourself? I'm going to tell you some things that's going on in the industry right now. And I have a method to my madness. So they put out, and this has been going on for some years now. So the benefit of CBD or hemp oil, and for your mind, you have for people who have anxiety, depression, panic disorders, PTSD, and that's post-traumatic stress, that syndrome right there, and some neurological disorders and things like that. And for the body, they're using it in creams now for pain relief, inflammation, relieving nausea, risk of diabetes, seizures, reduce acne. So they're doing all these different studies. And please, like I said, this is not the gospel. Don't take it as, this is the gospel and Charles said, go get this. I did not say that. I'm going on record saying I'm providing something. I need y'all to research before everything, goes. So like I said, you have cannabis. It has two species. Species 1 is hemp, and species 2 is marijuana. When you have hemp, marijuana contains that THC stuff that cause the brain to do whatever it's going to do, the psychoanalytic effects of marijuana. That's in species 2 with marijuana. Then the hemp side, you have like 0.03 of the THC, so they're using it in creams and stuff and all this kind of stuff with it. I bring that up because right now as it sits, I've seen a lot of different things going across the country, but $22.8 billion is being generated in this industry in like no time at all. And I've seen from the year 2020, which is next year, and I've seen 22. But, what's a few billion dollars? $22.8 billion. And this is my telltale signs. I'm a research guy. So upon my research, I'm finding out it's a company out there, and y'all look it up, called Altria, Altria. Altria is out there, and they're tied to Marlboro, the cigarette company. And they're supposed to be like the second leading cigarette company out there. They have dumped billions into this industry, maybe to the tune of 1.8. I don't get me to, pinpointing exactly how much they've dumped in, but they've dumped, at least $1 billion into this industry. Budweiser, the beer company, they've dumped a significant amount of money. One of those businesses companies have dumped $4.8 billion or $4.1 billion into this industry of cannabis. You have federal money. The government is allowing federal money to be dumped into this industry. Family, let me explain something to y'all. Trends like this, something is taking place. And I know some people get mad at they used to put people in jail for this stuff, and now they're legalizing it. And some states like Michigan, they're coming out saying that we're going to wipe the slate clean for people who had, marijuana, got locked up over marijuana or some type of things that they got in trouble for marijuana. They're going to wipe the slate clean. Enough with that, but the other side of this thing is the money that's being generated. So you have Budweiser that's going to create a beer that has cannabis in it. You have different companies out there putting cannabis oil into their baking goods, into creams and oils to put on the body. You have companies that are putting it into tea. You have companies that are putting it into coffee. You have companies that are putting it into wine. And you see the cigarette company want to transition over because they feel, and this is from the write-up that I read, they feel that cannabis is going to actually take over the cigarette industry. And so that's a huge amount of money. And when I read that, I read to the tune of we're sitting on $1 trillion industry. $1 trillion industry, family. So I tell everybody that to say this. Now, at $1 trillion or just $22.8 billion, I would hope that you just want to just lick the knife from the crumbs that come from that. I'm a believer that this industry is so big and it's room for everybody to get in and get a piece of the pie. Now, you have some industries out there, some companies, they're actually just now starting up on the East Coast. They're looking at projections of 2 to 4 million monthly. I'm going to say that one more time. You have companies that are just now starting up and on the East Coast right now. They're looking at projections of $2 to $4 million monthly from one dispensary. I don't know about y'all, but could the church use some more money? Could you use some more money? Could you start an academy, a kids academy? Could you buy some land and put a grocery store there? Can you buy an apartment complex and help people get off the street? Can you buy housing and homes and house the homeless, elderly, the veterans, and the people on the streets? Can you provide some type of scholarships to kids that may not have the funding to get there? Can you put money into research and this is where I'm going with this. It's so much bigger than me and what we see out there. The bigger thing is people have to get up and move and start becoming and getting knowledge on what's happening in our backyards. People are saying to me right now, well, it's not here in my state yet. And I'm telling them 77 bills right now are with Congress, and they're looking to pass these bills. So what's going to happen is all of a sudden, oh, shoot, my state, my city has medicinal marijuana. What do I do? At that time, it may be. So I'm telling people just to get educated. And this is what I mean by get educated. I'm not telling everybody to go start a farm or go start a dispensary. What I'm telling people to do is research it and look at what you do right now. Whatever that is, see how it may tie into the cannabis market. Because when you look at when they struck gold in California, everybody started going out to California. The most money was made by the guy selling the shovels and the pickaxe. That's where the money was being made. He was selling because everybody was coming to buy those. So it's the same concept I have with this cannabis. You don't have to have, you can be a baker. You can be in marketing. You can be you can have a security company. So that's the mindset I have when it comes to cannabis. Where are you right now? What are you doing? What would you like to do? If you're a speaker, can you learn it good enough to speak on it intelligently? Because the funding is going to be there. There's going to be no shortage of money like there is right now. There's no shortage of money, no shortage of funding to get your hands into the pot and make something happen with it. So that's why I'm telling people, educated on this system. There's a thing out there called the Farm Bill. It was passed. The Farm Bill is a lot in there in the Farm Bill, but one of the things it's not legal on a federal level yet, but states are opening up for medicinal marijuana. And I know on the West Coast they have marijuana and they have recreational that has opened up, and it has created so much money. It's like an explosion. It's like an explosion. And a lot of companies have so much cash on hand, they don't even know what to do with it. And I don't know if you can really understand that. Like if let's say you're making $50 million monthly by the different number of companies that you have and farms that you have and dispensaries that you have, you're bringing in $50 million monthly. You have to do something with that money. So, I mean, what do you do? And I think you can dream up anything. And everything that I do, it revolves around helping people. So that's why I look at it the way I look at it. It's to a point to where some people don't want to be in it, and that's fine. I say find something on the outskirts of it. If you're a marketer, you market for companies. Market for a company. That's all I'm saying. You don't have to be in that particular industry, and it's okay. So the bigger thing is people coming together and doing something on that type of scale. And I know it's hard for people to come together. I get that. Truthfully, I get it. So a lot of us don't come together, but this is one thing you may want to have a family meeting on to see how the family can come together, to see how you and your friends can come together, or just you and a few folks that do business and put your heads together to figure out, okay, how can we make this happen? How do we make it happen? So I wanted to keep it simple. I really wanted to keep it simple. And just to give y'all some insight and information, those that are in the real estate industry right now, you have a lot of companies that are on the West Coast that's coming over here to the East Coast, and they're looking for a place to call home so they can get their business off the ground in the cannabis realm. So with that, they're looking for land. They're looking for warehouses. They're looking for other businesses that can support them and help them out. They're looking for people. They're looking for realtors. They're looking for real estate agents. They're looking for investors. They're looking, well, not so much investors, but if you're an investor, you have some probably what direction they're going to take it. And so I say that because that's how I was initially contacted about in the real estate realm on cannabis. And I started just doing some research and due diligence and figuring out, like, wow, this is bigger than what I even know. Like, it's it's to a point where it's so big that it almost looks like a monster. A Goliath is out there, and I'm not trying to tackle Goliath, but if somebody wants to do real estate and they want to buy a warehouse and I have access to it, why wouldn't you do that transaction? It's tied to the cannabis, but I don't really care that it's tied to that personally because it's real estate to me. I'm selling an asset, that I have under contract, just for those legal terms that are out there. So those people that are in that industry, even title companies and lawyers, are looking for a way in because these people have to buy somewhere to set up camp. And so to figure out where you may fit in, this year alone, it's supposed to be close to about $18 billion that's supposed to be generated just this year in 2019. But it's so new, some of these places have not even sprouted up yet, over here on the East Coast. So that's that's probably with, I didn't look at it, and that's probably just with the medicinal marijuana and legal adult use as of what they have out on the West Coast, but it haven't even exploded here on the East Coast yet. So when it does, I don't know what that number is going to look like because it's starting right now. I'm seeing Maryland has some stuff set up. People are getting set up. Dispensaries are getting set up. Few popping up here, popping up there, and they're off. They're running. So for me, I'm getting educated. I'm learning from some folks that been in the industry for some years, and I just want to get people some land or some warehouses. And if you in those areas that have agricultural land, if you have some, I would definitely hold on to it. And all you have to do, if you do have land, you can go down to the city and you can talk to them and see what type of land you have. And hopefully it's agricultural type land, or you can get land rezoned where you can make it agricultural because then that means it can grow. And when you can grow, your land becomes more profitable. And, I don't like selling land. That's just me. If I were you, I wouldn't sell it. But some people do want to sell it. And, that's your prerogative. But God is not making any more land. It's just not happening. And so a lot of us are out here searching for something that's probably not out there. But people are going to keep searching for more land, more beachfront, more everything. And if you have access, you're just in a better position than a lot of other people. That's all. You're in a tough position because you can barter your services. And I mean, even if you don't want to sell, one thing I would do, and it's giving y'all some insight and information, if you already have land, don't sell the land. What you can do is you can allow them to lease the land from you. Always going to get paid on a monthly basis, whatever you set it up, quarterly, whatever. But you still have access to the land. Let them build on it. Let them do what they do. But you're going to eat off of that land, and then your next generation, and everybody can continue to eat off of that land. And that's how you keep the land in the family. One other thing I'm going to go over with you just to have a better understanding. So a lot of people get tied up, and their tongues get tied up, and they get, I'm not messing with marijuana. And like I said, there's cannabis, and it breaks down into one side is marijuana, and then another side is called hemp. And I'm going to ask y'all some questions because we use some of the things that are in hemp. And you can make hemp into fiberboard. You can do it into animal products. You can do it into mulch. Hemp can be chemical absorbents, paint. You can use it for filters, newspapers. Hemp. We can actually save more trees by using hemp. Because with hemp, hemp comes with food. You have different oils like margarine. You have body care. They making shampoo, soap, hand cream. So even with food, it's so much to it. You can make flour out of hemp. And a lot of us don't know that this stuff is out there. And it's like, wow, I didn't know we can actually do that. You can make shoes, handbags, clothes, socks. That's what hemp does. And how many trees do we don't have to cut down, keep the oxygen going, in the world. So we keep cutting down all these trees to do all this stuff, and we don't really need to. But that's what we're being told. We got to cut these trees for whatever. So I just bring that up to give people more insight and more information on what's going down. What I found out it was an article in a paper up here in Virginia, and in the article it spoke about they're going to do medicinal marijuana here in the state of Virginia in the spring of 2019. So when that happened, I was like, oh my goodness, let me start getting a little smart on this and see what's really going on. So as I'm going, reading up and everything like that, I'm talking to different people, meeting CEOs of different companies and stuff, and I was like, man, this is really going to take off. And a lot of people were shocked. It's like, this is never going to happen here in Virginia because it's a commonwealth. And that's what's happening to certain people. They're getting paralysis, like they're not going to do it here. And next thing you know, bam, it's here. And so now that it's happening, it's like, okay, how can you get in position to make something big happen? How are you getting in position? What are you going to do? And that's why I bring it up to all of you. How are you going to get in position to make it happen? I was supposed to talk about real estate tonight from a different perspective, and I got to bring this up because it's being recorded, and I want the guy to know. I'm gonna call him. His name starts with a V. I don't remember his name, but he wanted to. I was supposed to do a radio show today or something, a podcast or something, and I'm gonna bring this up just because he may listen. He may be listening right now. So I was supposed to do a podcast today, and we were gonna talk real estate, and I posted something. Somebody posted something. He posted something, and I posted something, and it was like I just said, yeah, I do lease options. I do lease options, lease with an option to buy in the real estate world. He came off like, hey man, you need to come to my podcast. But the way he said it, it was just very negative. It was like, you don't know anything about lease options, and I don't know if he was doing that to try to, get a bigger podcast group because I have a following, or I don't know. And the thing I say, I bring that up to say that, there's a lot of people out here that are so-called experts that want to be gurus and stuff like that. Even in the real estate world, no matter what industry, you always have those that want to be so-called gurus. The thing I will tell you, documentation beats conversation. And he was telling me, well, send over your documents and I'll check them out. And I don't know this person from anywhere. I don't know him from anywhere. I said, well, I'll get on your show. It's no big deal for me, and I'll break down how I do lease options. The one thing I want to bring out to everybody is there's no one right way to do something. If you've done it, keep doing it your way. And if somebody has a better process, obviously if you look at their process, you can take that. But if it's been done before, anybody can do it. So the way he was carrying on and going on, it was shocking to me that he has a show. He tries to get people to get on by saying that they don't know enough information and stuff like that. There may be for ratings or what have you. I have no clue. But it wasn't that serious as far as, showing people and helping people and showing them how they can do lease options, because lease options to me and wholesaling is a great part to start if you're doing real estate. And I want to bring that up because it's like starting real estate to me. It's very educational to understand how to do wholesale and how to do lease options because you don't have to put out a lot of money. And that's how I like to show people. And I know I recorded it on here way back when. I probably have to dig that recording up and send it to him and just go from there. But I'm more of I watch who I work with because I'm a brand. It can take, and y'all already know this, you can destroy your brand in probably a couple minutes. But it takes years to build it the way you want to build it. So I'm building a brand. And all of us should be building our own brand. And you have to watch who you work with and why you're working with them. Make sure that they're credible. Make sure that they're going to enhance your brand and not take away. And when people come out of the blue and do that, I kind of second guess, like, should I do that radio show? Should I do that TV show? Should I go to that event and do speaking events? And I've had that where I couldn't do it. I was like, no, I'm not going to work with them. And that's the best thing about being in the position that I'm in. When you get to a point to where you can pick and choose, you're doing okay, and not like you have to take that seminar. They're going to pay you X number of dollars. You don't have to take that. And protect your brand, family. That's number one. No matter what you do, protect your brand because your name is attached to it. And if you do good business, it's all going to come out. Documentation is going to come out. What you've done, what you've accomplished is going to come out. And that's what I wanted to bring out. So when I wanted to bring up cannabis because it's definitely going to be something that's going to change lives. I'm looking at this as changing the next 4 to 5 generations of lives, truthfully. And I want people to really take it serious and to start looking for different information that's out there, going to these different events so you can have a better understanding for yourself. I don't want you to, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to tell y'all before it happens. Oh, my goodness. What's going to happen is 3 years from now, people are going to look up, and then the market is going to be getting saturated, and the experts are going to be out there making it happen, Captain. Better believe that. It's going to happen one way or another. All I'm saying is put yourself in position so you can, get some for your family and then get some for your community and get some for on a bigger level, so it should be bigger than just you. It has to be bigger than you. No matter what it is you do, always think like, how is it going to serve the community? What are they going to take from it? What can they gain from it? It's not just about me. I'm past that. You may start out like, okay, it's all about me. I got to breathe, and I get it. I was just speaking to somebody today about that, and what I spoke to them about, they want to help their whole family. I'm going to say that again. They want to help their whole family. Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with helping your whole family. There's nothing wrong with that. But, I'll give y'all this quick story before I get off. So imagine you about to travel and you're going to Malaysia, going on a business trip. So y'all up in the sky, 10,000 feet in the air, and you look out the window and you can see the right wing and you start to see smoke. And then the engine cuts off, right? And this plane starts shaking a little bit, and then you hear the captain come over. It's your captain speaking. I just want y'all to know that, everything's going to be all right. What's going to happen is I'm going to drop the oxygen mask. Is going to come from the ceiling, and I want you to put yours on first. Remember that. The oxygen masks are going to fall from the ceiling, and I want you to put yours on first. The reason they say that, because if you don't put yours on and you don't have any oxygen and you're helping everybody, you're trying to help people, you're going to die. Just putting it out there. You're going to die. So now you can't help people and you're not here anymore. So you have to put yours on first. The same thing in life. Make sure, when I say, you want to help everybody, you got to help you first. And it's okay. It's not being greedy. It's understanding that if your mask doesn't go on first, then you may not live to see anything else. So do that as well. So I do want to thank Ms. Kimmy Robinson for allowing me this platform to enlighten people and break out some information. And it's been a long journey, and I love it. I love helping people. I'm still traveling, doing events. I try not to because I have other stuff that I'm working on, some power moves. So I'm trying to be like, okay, hopefully they don't call me to come speak. But they say, hey, can you come speak? Yep, I'm going. I'm coming. Different people call me up, and I'm happy for that. So that's what I asked for. And so, whatever I pray for and work for, He gives it to me. I'm enlarging my territory, and it's only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. No big deal. The other thing is, as this thing starts to grow, I'm so glad that everybody can be a part of the journey as they see, because all this is being recorded, and years from now, people can look back at all this and say, wow, I don't believe, we came from here to there to here. Again, I'm at charlesmspeaks@yahoo.com. Charles, Charles, the letter M is in Mike, speaks, like I'm speaking to you right now, but with an S, speaks, SPEAKS, Sierra, Papa, Echo, Apple, Kilo, Sierra, at Yahoo. CharlesMSpeaks@yahoo.com. Like I said, I'm all over social media. You have to just hit me up, Give me a second because I will hit you back. I'm a pretty busy guy. Right after I get off of this call, I'm going to another call. And right after that, I have another meeting. So, I do what I do, make no excuses about it, and just make it happen, period. That's what I do. So I'm going to pray us out. Dear Heavenly Father, I pray to you right now to bless those who are going through the struggle. I'm praying for those that are listening to me, dear Lord. I pray for their strength, their unity, their empowerment. There are some I know that feel like life is just coming at them and everything is not happening fast enough. They're frustrated. They may be down to their last dollar, and I believe that they believe it won't get better. Dear Father, let them know that everything happens in your time. We know you'll provide the strength they need in their time of need, and we know that there comes a time, and when their time comes, it will be right on time. Father God, you are all-knowing, and we must believe and trust in you. We will get weak, but we must continue to keep the faith in trying times. Somebody listening to this right now is about to manifest the destiny you set forth for them, Father. They've held on and used up the territory you've given them, dear Lord. And I pray for those who have lost sight. I pray for those who could use more strength. I pray for those who are sick. And let everybody who's listening to this right now say amen. Charles McCutchen, your favorite entrepreneur. Y'all take it easy. I'm hungry. I'm going for it.
Then I found out the devil, he a real lie. And all he speaks is negative, it's a stronghold. But my DNA is lioness, born bold. Now I'm a king, got the ring, took his last name. Call me queen, royal tie, I will not be tamed. I don't do this for the fame, passion is purpose. If I lose my life, this whole life is all worthless. My soul's already bought, God made the purchase. I won't sell out, highest bidder, not worth it. I won't be afraid to walk in my gift stalling. Nothing holding back, not afraid, this is my calling. Cause I was made in this image with a sound mind. Can't be stopped, vision locked up, I found mine. And I'ma shine like my daddy who defeated death. And give it all for the call to my last breath. We came to win, we gon' shine, yeah. Now is our time, we gon' high, yeah. No backing down, we gon' fly, yeah. It's no fear, we run this here. Destined to win, we gon' shine, yeah. Now is our time, we gon' high, yeah. No backing down, we gon' fly, yeah. It's no fear, we run. Nah, don't call this a comeback. I've been here for years, but daddy had me cloaked so I could work through my fears. I had a lot of falls, plunged deep like Niagara. Thought I would drown, but it was love that I found. Or should I say it found me, then it crowned me. Now I'ma win no labor, deck in my favor. See, I can't lose, that's how my life's set up. So I'ma press the gas, no, I won't let up. So far from giving up, settled for the last time. Change of view, yup, I'm ready for the incline. Going up, no longer stuck, my life is limitless. I see the finish line, I'ma run and finish this. Cause fear can't hold back, greater is inside of me. I read the book, it's in my heart, devil can't lie to me. Knowledge is power, faith is key. I'm on lock, can't be stopped, yup, I'm scot-free. We came to win, we gon' shine, yeah. Now is our time, we gon'